Hey y'all, it's Diane with Shawcraft One and my old barn door, back with another snippet video working in the Friends Journal and just kind of showing you ideas of how I journal and how I put my notes and gifts or notes from gifts from my friends into a journal, my friend journal, so that I can keep them. So this is from Miss Susie Provine. She sent it with her last box of consignment journals that she sent to me, and so we're gonna add this page today. And she sent me a beautiful pink envelope, which I love, and so we're probably gonna make maybe a pocket with it or something and decorate the envelope. And so let's get started. So the first thing I want to do is I want to decorate my envelope, and one of my sweet friends sent me this beautiful black and white napkin, and I thought it would be gorgeous to use the black and white on the pink envelope. So that's where we're going to get started. I'm going to go ahead and slide the book over. I'm going to take my page out and bring it over so that we don't have to work with the book. And actually, I'm going to set the page to the side because I just need the napkin for now. And so what I want to do is I kind of just want to pick and choose some flowers that I want to use on the envelope. And I think this one will be pretty. Alright, so instead of you watching me boringly tear out flowers from this napkin, I'm going to pause the video and get them all torn out, and then we'll come back and put them on. Okay, so I have my napkin pieces picked, and instead of using Mod Podge, I'm going to do it a little bit differently so that you can see a different way. It's a little bit easier to me than doing the Mod Podge. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put my envelope here on my glue book, and I'm just going to use my glue stick and put some glue all over the area where I want, you know, my portion of my napkin to go. And this, excuse me, you still have some drying time with this, but it doesn't take as long as the Mod Podge drying takes. And so sometimes I'll just do it this way because it just seems a little quicker to me. And I like the texture of the napkin and the way it feels when you don't Mod Podge it sometimes. It's got a little bit softer of a texture to it, and so sometimes I like to do it this way just to be a little different. And again, you are going to have a little bit of drying time from the glue, but not as much. So I'm going to open the flap and glue this portion. Okay, and then we're going to take this one and put him right over here in the corner. And I think the black and white just really stands out up against that pink envelope. And I don't mind that the white background from the napkin shows either. Okay. And sometimes it's just easier to take a little card like this, because if you can use your fingers, but if you do, they're going to get a little sticky, and if you're going to do more with napkin, then the napkin's going to start sticking to your fingers, and it just gets a little annoying. I ripped the napkin right there a little bit, but that's okay. Alright, and then I want to put this piece on the flap of the envelope. Kind of like that. And so you can use your fingers, but you just get a more burnished napkin if you use the card. And this one needs a little more glue here. Okay, so while we let this dry just a little bit, I'm going to sit it to the side. And I want to work on something at the top of my page up here, because I want to have something that's not so distracting up here. Well, this is a really busy page, so I kind of just want something that goes across, you know, maybe like this. So I have this little jar of snippets, a whole big old jar of snippets, and so I thought I would make like a little snippet strip. And so I just have a little scrap piece of paper here, and I'm just going to rip it around the edges. And we're going to make like a little fabric and lace snippet sort of thing. I saw Artie Mays do this, and I forget what she called them. She had a name for them, but I can't remember what the name was. So anyway, so I'm not going to, actually I want this to be a little bit skinnier, and you'll see why in just a minute. And I'm going to use the white part of it because I don't want the blue to show through. So I'm just going to start taking some little snippets. Let's just pull us a little pile out here. So I'm just going to start taking some little snippets of laces and different things. Let's just move the page out of the way again. And we're just going to start laying them on to this little piece of paper. Just a little scrap of paper, and it's going to make us a pretty little strip. I'm just going to put some fabric-tack on it so that we can start putting our laces and our fabrics and stuff down. So this is a good idea of things that you can do with your, you know, your little pieces, your little bits and pieces of, so I'm just going to start sticking stuff down, your little bits and pieces of fabric and laces and whatever little snippets you have. This is a good way to use those up. I kind of want to stay in the pinks and purples and things like that. So and I'm just kind of grabbing little bits and putting them in kind of a random fashion just to you know, decorate this little piece of paper. I want to find some more laces here. Let's put a piece of this because I like the gold. And we've got a little piece of this blue lace. I guess it's kind of like doing a snippet roll, really and truly. It's very similar. So, you know, it's just a way to use up your stuff without feeling like you've wasted it. You know, if you've got little bits and pieces that you just can't bring yourself to throw them away, then you can do this with them. We'll add some more fabric-tack to my little strip here. And we'll lay that down and that down, and then I have this piece, and it's actually got some pink thread in it, so we're gonna let it hang off the top up here. And then what other pieces? That's a cute piece. We can put this piece on, and I think I'm gonna let it go under this way. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just kind of a whole hodgepodge of putting fabrics and laces together, you know, just to use up your stuff. And then I've got some little pieces of cheesecloth here. It's dyed cheesecloth, so I think we might use that, and maybe a little piece of that. So let me put some of this back in here so we can not have so much in the way to distract us, because I have found that if you have too much stuff on your desk, it does become a distraction. Oh my goodness, I can't talk today. And then I want to take some of this. This is just little bits of thread and stuff that I've had. I got some wooden spools from Selena, and it wouldn't go through my sewing machine, and so I took it off the wooden spools and used the wooden spools for something else. And so we're going to use some of this to go on our little strip here. All right, so I think I want to do a little bit of this, maybe down here. So let's glue that on. And I'm trying to hurry because I don't want these videos to be, you know, super long. Okay, and then we'll just take a little bit of this, and I'm just going to put a little daub of the Fabri-Tac right there and just smush it in. Okay, whoops. I'm making a mess. But that's okay, that's the fun of it. And then I want maybe like a button or something to go on the top of that. And so let's see what kind of button we have. That one would be pretty. Let's use that one. And I've got this to kind of go in the buttonholes. Where are we on our time? We're at 11 minutes. We have to hurry. Otherwise, it won't be a snippet, right? It'll be a whole video. Okay, and I'm going to put a little hot glue on the back of my button. Like that. And then maybe a little flower over here with the cheesecloth. So we'll put our cheesecloth down right there. And when we put the flower down, it will glue it to it. Hang on, let me find a flower. Okay, so instead of a flower, I decided to use a yo-yo. So we're just going to put some hot glue on the back of our yo-yo and put him down over the cheesecloth. And then we can get rid of all of this. We're going to bring our page back over, and we're just going to put this at the top of the page. So let me grab some glue. And that's why I like having the strip, because then you've got something, you know, a little more sturdy to glue down to your page, and a little sturdy to glue all your little snippets to. Okay, so we're going to put that there. We're going to go ahead and glue our envelope, and we're going to make him a pocket. He's going to be a pocket on the page because Susie sends me lots of packages, and so I know I will have more stuff to add to her page. And so this will give me plenty of room to add goodness to her page. And then we're going to take her little card and stuff it down in there, and that way I can always remember that. And then I think I want to take this is a teeny tiny little plain card, and I thought it would be super cute as the envelope closure. And so maybe with a little more of, what do I do with my thread? So maybe we can just pull us off a little bit more of this. I just like to have things poking out from under it, just to give it a little extra something, you know, little more texture, a little bit more dimension. So I'm just going to take some hot glue, put a little hot glue there, and then I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to use hot glue on the card too because, well, I have it out. So, all right, and so we're going to take that down like that, and put that there like that, and we have a finished page. And then when Susie sends me more things or more packages, because, you know, she sends me for the consignment booth, I can tuck them in the pocket or inside the envelope, and I have plenty of room to store all of her goodies. So that is the page for the day. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope it gave you some good ideas. If you have any comments or questions, you can leave them in the comment box below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for me if you will. And thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great day. Big hugs.